Okay, now the question everyone's been asking about. 50 Cent versus Big Meech.
Man,
Woo.
You know that 50 crazy, man. 50's crazy.
The fallout between 50 Cent and Big Meech shocked fans, but now Tony Yayo is finally revealing what really went down behind the scenes. And it all comes down to money, betrayal, and a fractured legacy. In a newly surfaced interview, Yayo admitted that the tension started when 50 began questioning where the BMF brand money was going. After years of building the hit series and investing in Big Meech's legacy, 50 allegedly discovered financial inconsistencies and private deals that left him cut out while others were cashing in. According to Yayo, 50 felt blindsided when he learned that Meech and his inner circle were moving behind his back, licensing the BMF name, locking in outside partnerships, and leaving G-Unit Productions out of key earnings. 50 put millions behind that brand, Yayo said, and when the money started moving without him, he took it personal.
To be young and have money is crazy because we was young and had money before, so I understand. Motherfucker got Richard Millie's, Lil Meech got Richard Millie's Chrome Hard jeans, 10,000. I buy some Chrome Hards for 10,000, I might wear them shits for a month, bro. $10,000 jeans, you know, we was buying Red Monkeys, them shits is what, $1,000 back in the days? Now everything is like triple the price when it come to drip. So it's like, I understand him being young and all that. You gotta think, when you look at Lil Meech, no disrespect to him, but you hanging in Atlanta with Thugger and Gunna and them niggas at that point, them niggas got super bread. So even if you make 4 million, 3 million, you made a couple of million, whatever you made, I don't know the numbers exactly. The money that they making that in a couple of months. Or for touring and streaming and all that, you acting. So I think him being in Atlanta, I think that shit, I don't know, that Atlanta shit, you know, shout out to Magic City, the ladies man and all them clubs out there. That shit is a good way to spend money.
What started as loyalty to a legend quickly turned into a business dispute that neither side could walk away from. Now, with 50 distancing himself from the BMF empire and Big Meech reportedly cutting ties with Lil Meech as well, Tony Yayo's revelations are shedding light on how trust, money, and legacy can tear even the most powerful alliances apart. Big Meech's financial situation is back in the spotlight, and Tony Yayo isn't pulling any punches. In a new interview that's shaking up social media, Yayo breaks down why 50 Cent has fully backed away from the BMF family, and according to him, it all boils down to one thing: money. The lavish lifestyle funded by BMF cash has reportedly dried up, and both Big Meech and his son are now feeling the pressure. Word is Big Meech burned through all his money from the BMF empire, and his son followed the same path. Things are looking grim, and to make things worse, 50 Cent has completely distanced himself from the situation.
BMF boss, the legend Big Meech, has a GoFundMe page.
What?
It was said that this GoFundMe page was set up to assist him in paying his bills since his Welcome Home concert got canceled.
I'm assuming that you were doing it for free.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming everyone else was doing it for free also.
I'm pretty. I mean,
Yeah.
you charge a nigga home from jail,
Even hinting that he might shut down the BMF series altogether. That's a major blow. Without the show, there's no consistent income or visibility for the family. Right now, it looks like they're on the edge of financial collapse with no lifeline in sight. So what exactly did Tony Yayo say? And just how deep does this financial crisis go? In a recent sit-down with Vlad TV, Tony Yayo opened up about a visit he made to Big Meech's house following Meech's release from prison on October 15, 2024. Yayo came through with some mutual friends, and during the visit, Meech was venting, saying his son, Lil Meech, wasn't breaking him off with any money. Apparently, Big Meech was expecting some kind of financial help, but it never came. But Yayo didn't have much sympathy. He said flat out that Meech's problems are self-inflicted. According to Yayo, Meech didn't handle his money right, blowing through all of his BMF-era wealth instead of stacking or investing it. And now, With the cash gone and support fading, Yayo believes Meech is reaping what he sowed. The spotlight is on, the money's out, and the consequences are finally catching up. Apparently, that's part of the reason why Boosie agreed to do a free welcome home concert for Big Meech before it ended up getting canceled. The idea was to show love and support without charging a dime, a rare move in today's industry.
But when we go to your crib and me and Murder sitting in the backyard and you like, yo, little baby ain't give me no money. He came in the Ferrari truck, he had the Ferrari truck, he had 4 pockets full. I'm looking at this like, yo, this nigga tripping. Like, little baby he's not obligated to give you nothing. I looked at it like, from that point, maybe 50 should have brung a bag for Meech and maybe a watch or something. Cause obviously that's what Ross did or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I had in mind. Cause he said it to me and Murder and I'm sitting there analyzing it like, damn, this nigga wanted some bread, or maybe he spent all the bread cause he made a couple of million with 5. My whole thing is, maybe the relationship would be good as if you saved some money for your pops when he came home, but I understand how it is to be a young black man with money and you don't make the right decisions. I'm sitting there analyzing it like, damn, this nigga wanted some bread, or maybe he spent all the bread because he made a couple of million with 5.
I go out and spend $50,000, $100,000 every night, 2-3 nights in a row, 3-4 nights in a row.
But if Big Meech was hoping his son, Lil Meech, would step up and help him financially, he might be in for a letdown. According to Tony Yayo, Lil Meech is just as reckless with money, maybe even more. While their spending habits are different in style, the result is the same: cash disappearing fast. Yayo claims Lil Meech spent a jaw-dropping $100,000 on Chrome Hearts jeans alone. Not just a few pairs, he allegedly owns around 10 of them. That kind of spending paints a clear picture. Lil Meech isn't exactly thinking long-term. And if he were financially responsible, Yayo suggests, he would have stepped in to help his father get back on his feet. Fans who've been following the situation know Tony Yayo isn't exaggerating. Back in 2023, Lil Meech appeared on GQ's On the Rocks series and proudly showed off a $500,000 BMF chain. The price tag, $500,000, all for a flashy piece of jewelry. The internet exploded over the flex, with many calling it unnecessary and reckless. But here's the twist: Big Meech can't really scold him for it because they both share the same weakness: poor financial decisions. Now, with the spotlight turning harsh and the money running dry, both father and son are catching heat for how they handled the fortune tied to the BMF name. To make things worse, it doesn't look like the situation is turning around anytime soon, especially after 50 Cent hit Lil Meech with a reality check that shook the internet. In a now deleted Instagram post, 50 Cent exposed private text messages from Lil Meech, where the actor confronted him about his recent public attacks on Big Meech. And the message, it was raw. Lil Meech wrote, "They just told me you unfollowed me on Instagram and now you're managing Skill Abba with Rocket. I brought him around you first when you didn't even know who he was. Now you're mad at me? I would have given you the shirt off my back. I can't believe this, man. You act like I'm your enemy. I've only ever shown you love and loyalty."
You know, but when you take Little Meech and you put him in acting school, you know, you take him from Detroit. I remember him rapping when he was rapping and nobody was helping him from what I seen. Cause I remember when Lil Meech was rapping. Nobody helped him, and then 50 put him in acting school, kept it on the low, and he made all this money.
He went on to explain that he's human and going through personal challenges, but insisted he never switched up. Lil Meech also addressed Big Meech linking up with 50's longtime rival Rick Ross, saying it wasn't about disloyalty, it was about survival. "Screw Ross," he wrote, "but he gave my dad some bread so he could pay his bills until our next season starts." Lil Meech clearly felt betrayed, saying the pressure of social media was getting to him and that 50 Cent knows him beyond the online noise. But 50 showed zero mercy in response. He reposted the message with a cold clapback. Text what? "Next season, Little Ninja." That wasn't just shade, it was a direct shot at Meech's future on the BMF series. The implication was clear: 50 could recast the role or even cancel the entire show if he wanted to. And while some fans were quick to call 50 out for being too harsh, Others believe he's actually enjoying watching the family struggle under the pressure. It's a brutal chapter in what's becoming a very public fallout. And it seems like loyalty, family ties, and money are all being tested at once, with no guarantee of a comeback. Things took an even pettier turn when 50 Cent openly mocked Big Meech's financial troubles online. He posted what looked like a GoFundMe page on Instagram with the caption, "Help Big Screech pay his $30,000 a month Airbnb. That's one of P's cribs. Shout out to Quality Control." The post went viral instantly, and fans were stunned by how far 50 was willing to go. Some claimed the GoFundMe was real, others insisted it was a joke, but either way, the shade was loud and clear. According to unconfirmed reports, Big Meech may have launched that GoFundMe after his Welcome Home concert got canceled, supposedly because he was strapped for cash and needed help covering bills. Though it hasn't been officially verified, the buzz surrounding it only added to the tension. During his Vlad TV interview, Tony Yayo touched on more than just the money issues. He revealed that when Big Meech got out of prison, 50 actually visited his house. At that time, things between them were cool. Most fans think the fallout started after Big Meech linked up with Rick Ross, 50's longtime rival. But Tony suggested there's more to it.
Meech getting out of jail and choosing to work with his son's boss's rival is prime example of how an unhealed parent can literally ruin your life. They will mess up relationships with your friends, with your significant other. You might even lose your job. Cause nobody can tell me that Big Meech working with Rick Ross, his son's boss's known rival, was not deliberate. Okay, that is a very conscious choice. And why might a parent do that, right? Maybe if they have some trauma, you know, a little bit of resentment and jealousy. Because sometimes with an unhealed parent, all of the reasons they should be proud of you are the same reasons why they're a little bit jealous of you, right? He should have came home and made his coming home about family. You know, passing the ranks to his son on TV, making millions, looking good, he acting, got a career. You shouldn't even be all on the phones, on Instagram, trying to do a car show with Rick Ross. It'll never be 2008 again. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't healed that. So now you trying to relive your 20s. So you're not seeing your son's accomplishments as this is my son's accomplishments. You're seeing it as like almost like competition. Like, oh, you trying to one-up me? Now the real Big Meech is home. So now let me show you how to get some money. Let me show you how to do it. I'm gonna go work with your boss's rival. You think Big Meech thought about how him working with Rick Ross would affect his son? Cause no, all I'm thinking about is some clout. Some temporary clout. Because let's be clear, that relationship with Rick Ross and Big Meech is not real. It's not genuine. If somebody is with you just to spite somebody else, that is not a genuine bond.
One major factor, the money made from the BMF series. Tony pointed out that 50 Cent has earned millions from the show, while Meech is sitting with nothing. That power imbalance might be at the root of their tension. Meech is used to being the boss, the one calling the shots. But in this case, 50's the one holding all the cards. Tony also highlighted a deeper issue, the role 50 Cent played in shaping Lil Meech's future. While Big Meech was serving time behind bars, it was 50 who stepped in, paid for Lil Meech's acting school, and helped him transition into a full-blown TV star. That move didn't just change Lil Meech's life, it solidified 50's influence over him. So when people look at who really supported Lil Meech during his come-up, the answer seems pretty clear. Between 50 Cent and Big Meech, fans are now openly questioning who played the bigger role in raising the next generation. 50 Cent has been flaunting his role as a mentor lately, especially when it comes to Lil Meech. In a recent post on Instagram, 50 suggested that part of the friction between him and Big Meech stemmed from jealousy over his close relationship with Lil Meech, whom he nicknames Mimi. He claimed that Big Meech was uncomfortable with 50 guiding his son, especially when it came to lifestyle choices. In 50's words, "I'm telling Mimi don't mess with substances, and Big Meech over there telling him how he used to pop X like it's a badge of honor. I tell Mimi to chill with the spending, and his dad brags about how much he blew back in the day.
That was crazy. We went to Meech's house. We sat down with him, Lil Meech, and I thought big things in the future was coming. Because he was talking about stories about motherfuckers jumping in cars with bricks, and he just was telling the war stories that was amazing. Where I was mesmerized, and him and 50 was kicking it, and everything was good. And then you fast forward to the Ross thing, and that's when everything kind of went left, BMF was the last niggas to do it in the game. My album came out in 2005. Them niggas was lit, but I think something with 50 is like 50 is the type of I think certain niggas just don't want him to be in the driver's seat all the time. That's how it seemed, because it just seemed like a bad deal. You was with 50, he's talking about stuff in the future, he made your family money, you would think you would be a little bit appreciative, but motherfuckers don't have to be loyal to 50 in business. I guess that's how Meech felt, because he's his own boss.
That contrast in values, it might have widened the rift. It didn't stop there. According to 50, when things spiraled out of control, he had to step in and send Lil Meech to rehab. He revealed that actor Russell Hornsby noticed Lil Meech was acting strange on set, reportedly throwing up during a weapons test. Then another crew member allegedly told 50 that they found whippets in Lil Meech's truck. Confused, 50 said he had to look up what whippets were, discovering it's the gas from whipped cream canisters often misused for a quick high. Behind the scenes, it seems 50 was putting in major effort to keep things together, but some are saying he's getting a little too proud of the role he played. In another post, 50 made it clear he believes he did more for Lil Meech than anyone else. He reminded the public that he paid for acting school, gave him his big break, and helped generate millions for the family, all while others stood on the sidelines. To back it up, he posted old footage of Lil Meech with Toya Roberts, Rick Ross's daughter, and captioned it, "Why didn't old boy look out and send him to acting school? Big screech, all your people on the outside did nothing for him." Then came the final jab. "You came home thinking you were the Black Pablo Escobar and messed him up." Referring to the swirling rumors that the next season of BMF could be the last, 50 added, "I helped your family make over $5 million legit. It's not my fault it's all gone." And just like that, he made it crystal clear. He's done taking the blame for their downfall. Big Meech, you think people don't see you? You want to shine so bad you out here wearing the baby's jewelry. B, give the baby back his jewelry. That's what 50 Cent posted, throwing more shade at Meech, this time over wearing someone else's chains. And while it might sound like a joke, fans are now questioning how far Meech has really fallen. The image of a former kingpin borrowing jewelry just added fuel to the fire. Plenty of fans believe that Big Meech could have avoided this entire downfall if he had simply stayed loyal to 50 Cent. These two had major plans in motion, a full slate of BMF movies and spin-off shows. If everything had stayed on track, Meech stood to make somewhere between $30 to $40 million in clean legal money. It was all right there for the taking. But everything changed after Meech decided to pose for a picture with Rick Ross. The same Rick Ross who's been one of 50 Cent's longest-running rivals in the game. That one moment, just a single photo, flipped the script entirely. It didn't just cost Meech his relationship with 50, it might have wrecked his son's future too. Some insiders believe Big Meech didn't just fumble his own bag. He also jeopardized Lil Meech's path forward. By burning bridges with the person who built the BMF show and bankrolled his son's acting career, Meech may have blocked future opportunities for both of them. At the end of the day, it's clear Big Meech's financial crash wasn't just about reckless spending. It was about poor choices, strained alliances, and turning his back on the very people who gave him a shot at redemption. That said, there might still be a lifeline for Big Meech. Rick Ross recently hinted at a new opportunity that could shift the narrative. In his Instagram stories, Ross wrote, "I want to do a real BMF movie, theaters only." He even name-dropped heavyweight directors like Antoine Fuqua and Quentin Tarantino, sparking speculation about a big budget film in the works. If Ross can actually deliver on that promise, it could open new doors for Meech and possibly reignite interest in the BMF brand. But there's skepticism. Fans still remember how Ross failed to organize the promised Welcome Home concert for Meech. That event was supposed to be a major moment, but it never happened. Now, some are questioning whether Ross can really be counted on to bring a full theatrical project to life. So the question remains, is Big Meech on a one-way road to deeper trouble, or is there still a comeback story waiting to be written? Can this possible movie deal give him the boost he needs, or is it too little too late? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and hit subscribe for more deep dives just like this one.